We gonna get another one out of you?
You want me to do a cartwheel? I'll do a cartwheel. I'll be in someone's way, but I'll do one right here. Do I have room? They ask for a cartwheel. If you ask for a cartwheel from me, you get a cartwheel. However, I'm just doing cartwheels, okay? You should see. Check out these girls. What would we do without fairs? Last weekend, we showed you the cow made out of butter from Iowa. Today, it's cheese art. Cheese lady Sarah Kaufman is transforming a block of cheese at the Upstate Fair in Michigan. There she is right there. You see her sitting in a 42-degree chilled room carving a 640-pound block of cheddar cheese into what they're calling a tasty sculpture with a cow. The finished piece celebrates milk, how it goes from farm to table in 48 hours. You know, gates open in 5 days for the New York State Fair in Syracuse. Greg, you ever been out to Syracuse for the New York State Fair? It's one I've not been to.
Once. I was
been
out there once, and I got to see the big sculptures of butter.
They have them too. See, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. I mean, it really is a great fair. So much to do, and they have so many artists and music guests there that are just fantastic, and they're big-time artists. So
let's see, Everclear is there this year. Eric Church is there.
Oh my goodness.
Meghan Trainor had to cancel her appearance because of her the surgery she had to have on her throat.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, woohoo!
In general, it looks good. And whether if it was today, it would be very nice.
This is Avery Ranch Boulevard, and this is the on-ramp right here to 183A. It was closed earlier, as was the northbound ramp. They're both open now, and there were problems on these overpasses. But let me show you when she was talking about how the ice and cold still exist. You see this sign right here with the don't walk? Well, it is icy. There are icicles. The same type of icicles are hanging down from the traffic lights, and there's like a thin, maybe a fourth of an inch of ice wrapped around the poles here. So that's just an indicator of how there could still be some slippery spots on area roadways.
And of course, I'm here on the ice with Corbin McPherson. He's a fourth-year Albany Devil. He's a defenseman, so we were kind of practicing this. I'm going to try to score a goal against him. Now, clearly, he's going to let me get very far, because that's an impossible thing that I'd be able to do. But just to kind of show you, it looks like I would be coming around. And, okay, that would be it. It didn't work as well as it did in practice. So what we decided to do, you're going to show me a couple of penalties. Sometimes when people are at hockey games, maybe you're not sure what's going on. So what was the first one?
A lot of stick penalties on the ice. The first one we'll show is hooking. So you have the puck usually, and I'm trying to take it away from you, but maybe you've got to step on me. So I can usually hook your stick, hook your leg, hook your body, anywhere on you where I impede you from, moving forward with the puck. And that'll be 2 minutes.
2 minutes? 2
minutes, yeah.
All right, now what's the...
We can talk about high sticking.
Yes.
You'll probably also have the puck at this point. I'll try to lift your stick, take the puck, and my stick might get away from me. I might hit you in the arm, I might hit you in the glove, I might hit you in the face. And if I draw blood, that's 4-minute penalty.
But if you don't draw blood, it's only 2-minute penalty.
That's right, yes.
All right, and we have another penalty to talk about?
We have cross-checking. It happens in the defensive zone a lot. Your back might be to me, you might be along the boards, you might be in front of the net, and I'll just cross-check you right across the numbers, and maybe you fall down, maybe you don't, but if the ref sees it, then most likely a 2-minute penalty.
It's going to be an exciting season. This is going to be your 4th year.
Morning, Saturday.
7:48 on this Saturday morning. What do registered sex offenders, identity thieves, and a convicted murderer all have in common? Well, they all passed Uber's background check in California. That's according to a civil complaint filed against the ride-sharing company. Uber's accused of misleading customers about driver background checks that sometimes fail to turn up felonies or misdemeanor charges. Uber does not use a fingerprint ID test, so its results are limited to commercial databases going back 7 years. Still no Uber in Albany after the state legislature ended its session without acting on any bills that would have allowed the company to operate here. Well, maybe you use the music streaming service Spotify. Well, if you do, have you read its new privacy policy? The CEO happens to be apologizing for it. It suggests that Spotify can track your location, collect your photos, and browse through your contacts. It can also check out your Facebook post and share information with advertisers. The goal, Spotify says, is to create a more customized experience. But CEO Daniel Ek tried to clarify the new policy in a blog post yesterday, saying if Spotify users don't want to share such information, they don't have to. Ek says the company will always ask for permission before accessing any data and plans to update the policy to better reflect that. You cannot leave your best friend out of your wedding ceremony, especially after he's diagnosed with terminal bone cancer. So bride and groom changed their wedding plans to make their very sick dog, Dude, their ring bearer. Cassidy Williams was going to leave her pet behind during her beach wedding, but following the diagnosis, she wanted his last days to be special. So Dude got to enjoy the beach on the Oregon coast and be a part of a ceremony. Oh, look at that. For memories of a lifetime, and you saw such great wedding pictures. Yeah, choke you up there. All right, well, speaking of photos, who needs to hire someone anymore when you can take them yourself? Everyone and everything these days seems to be taking selfies. But this one could be the most out there. This is a selfie taken from the planet Mars by NASA's Curiosity rover. We're going to spend the morning going through all the different costumes here at the Costumer on Central Avenue in Albany. Joining me right now, look who I'm interviewing. I got kind of an exclusive here. 9:48 on this Saturday morning. I'm Heather Kovar. Tomorrow, the USA women's national soccer team will take on Japan in the World Cup final. This is a rematch of the last World Cup where the two teams faced off in 2011, but then Japan prevailed in a penalty shootout after a 2-2 draw. To get to this point, on Tuesday this past week, the USA defeated number 1 ranked Germany in Montreal in the semifinals. And there's your USA chance, filling the largest stadium in the tournament. Some people from the capital region made the trip to Montreal, sending in this video from the crowd after we scored one of our 2 goals. We also have some pictures from the exciting match. Thanks to Rod Johnson for sending these in. These are some nice pics from the pitch. You see more than 51,000 people were in attendance. We also have the lines of people leaving right there. And then a pic returning to America. There it is, all while still celebrating USA's 2-0 victory over Germany last week. That win sends Germany to vie for 3rd place against England today. Had Germany beat USA, imagine, on this 4th of July, USA would be playing England. Heading into the match, though, we wanted to give you a little information, a little background on the 2 teams. So here's Germany. Right here. Perfect Saturday, fantastic Wednesday on. Thank you so much, Greg. Well, the announcement could come tomorrow or maybe Monday on whether American Pharoah will race in the Travers. Naira's Chris Kay told News 10 ABC's Josh Rottenberg yesterday that he is cautiously optimistic. So we'll bring back the chant, right? Faratoga, Faratoga. All right, until then, the racing continues. Today's featured race, the Alabama Stakes, kind of considered the Travers for the female horses. This Saturday night at Proctor's, you can hear world-class Juilliard-trained violinist Charles Yang. He's going to play with the Empire State Youth Orchestra, some crossover music, including things like Hotel California. On a dark desert highway, cool breeze in my hair. The concert is meant to offer a blend of the traditional with modern to appeal to a broad audience.
We thought, why not take the orchestra and turn it into a rock band?
Along with Eagles' Hotel California, they'll also play Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody and the Beatles' Blackbird.
A lot of people play Blackbird.
A portion of his version.
I always like to say yes before I say no. In terms of music, exploring. If you don't know something, go explore it. For me, it's to see these children work, you know, through music, kind of like I did, but, you know, they're seeing things in a new light, you know, whereas I've seen a lot of things, and, you know, sometimes I forget that there's much more to learn. You know, there's a lot more. I'll be a student in music for the rest of my life, and they're starting out their careers, you know, so it's really exciting.
While here in the Capital Region, the Austin, Texas native will also hold workshops and concerts at some local schools. In Albany, Heather Kovar, News 10 ABC. Okay, Greg, so yesterday, the word of the day was perfect. And it really did. It panned out exactly like you said it would be. I went on a long walk. I enjoyed the day.
Beauty.
Now, today.
Today.
Not quite perfect? Or
not perfect.
Close to perfect?
Close to perfect.
What, is there a word
yesterday
for
was
close
a perfect
to perfect?
10. Yesterday was a 10. Today is going to be like an 8.
Okay. Oh, that's my lucky number.
8 is your lucky number?
Yes.
It's mine too.
No way. I was
Seriously.
born on the 8. So
I love
infinity,
8.
You know?
Remember when I was 8 years old, I was loving life.
Yeah, me too.